Oh boy, welcome back everybody to the totally legit playthrough of Sonic Frontiers that has no shenanigans whatsoever.
My quills are all wet.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. Did this really just stop me in spin dash form?
Fucking
Yes,
wow,
yes,
a
it
fucking
did.
tiny ass tree literally stopped
can't
you
even-
dead in your tracks.
I can't even, I'm actually kind of impressed. I can't even aim for this thing.
I mean,
like,
granted,
it's too thin.
listen, have you ever tried to wad your way through a bush?
Oh yeah, no, it usually is very painful.
I'm not letting it happen again.
What? Oh, I guess just the idea of like, yeah, we don't want to leave. We don't want our whole community. Oh, not
Hello.
you again. We don't want our community to be, put into.
Ow!
Frick it.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on!
No.
Oh, he's
Stop
trying his
it.
damnedest. He's still got his ring count.
We don't want our community to like turn into ruins. Is what he's trying to say. Ah.
Ready to go.
Aw.
Okay. One.
Ouch. Ouch.
No.
Ouch.
Oh my. Fine. That's
Oh,
it.
my rings! Now I know how the egg dealer feels.
I was saving those for a rainy day.
Just
looks like it
get
has
close
rain.
to the dude. There you go. Okay. We good? We done here? Thank
You
you.
better be worth all that hassle. Oh, it's another
I-
gear. We don't need any more. We don't need these anymore.
Yeah, I need to find a way to find more rings. Hey, look, rings.
Ah,
What do you know?
Lightspeed fodder.
And
And I mean, if not all this, follow the age-old method of ring grinding in Sonic Frontiers. Literally digging the dirt.
That
That's what I
is
do.
true. That is true. Stop. Sonic, we
You'll-
gotta dig the
you'll-
dirt.
You'll reach your max quota eventually. Might take about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but you'll get it. It's it's honestly funny thinking about it that this game never gets to a point where like you dig in a place in a single place for too long, you think you'd hit a dry spell.
I wonder, because I definitely feel like I've gotten more rings than this. I wonder if it's like a stat makes it so that when you pick up a ring, you get more than just one at a time.
Yeah, maybe. It's hard to say. I just think it just boils down to RNG.
Fair enough. Alright, that should be good. I'm still collecting more. Alright, hey here. I'm okay with this.
This is fine.
Alright, I'm having a good day. Oh, that's right, the one that was over there.
Did you already bring down the bridge, though?
Oh, yeah.
You don't need to do this shit no more.
Okay. That's right, the other thing I was trying to do is I need to do more map challenges if I can find them, because I want to try and get this whole place back up and running. So actually... Well, crap, I gotta go back the way I came. But no, I can head back that way later when I go for the Teal Chaos Emerald. For now,
Yeah.
that's the one I want to go for.
It's a little. Yeah, you still got like what 5 emeralds left to grab. We still got plenty of time.
Do you think it would have been awesome? I know we mentioned, I think, in the last session. Do you think it would have been awesome if, at some point, they did actually try to, in a post-launch update, allow you to play? Can I talk to you? Yeah. If they actually allowed us to play as Supersonic on a map that we had found all the emeralds on.
We've got satellite
I mean,
Didn't we talk about that in an earlier session?
brain downloads.
Well, I know you mentioned like, oh, that'd be cool. It was like, and they were like, oh, and someone said, oh, no way, because someone mod that in. I was like, but what if it was an official thing?
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Though, I mean, I guess I will admit it's gotten to a point now where there's kind of a reason why after the Genesis games, Supersonic just ended up being a plot-relevant thing after a while. Because for all intents and purposes, Supersonic is just a glorified power fantasy. And after a while, that power fantasy kind of starts to lose its luster. Especially after it started to become a thing again with Colors and Onward.
True.
I love
just
how
remember,
you
like-
take that. I love how like you brought up that notion of like. I'm not saying it's an invalid notion, but I love how you brought up the notion of like, oh, like Supersonic's just mainly meant to be a power fantasy. If you bring him up too often, he kind of loses his luster. Yet whenever I say that as a point of contention towards this game, people think it's a stupid assessment.
Aww.
What, just Supersonic literally being a thing, like, in the overworld itself, or just in general?
Well, just the fact that, like, like, I feel like this is also something I mentioned in a previous part, but it's a thing where it's like, I get that there's a thematic reason for why Supersonics need to take care of all the bosses. Like, I know there's a justification for it, but I honestly feel like the fact that you use Supersonics so much against all these bosses kind of, for me anyway, kind of nullifies one of the reasons why he was always such a big special deal in the previous games.
I guess. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, this is, like, the only game I can really think of that tries to handle Supersonic the way it does. And on that end, I think that's fine. I guess it's also a matter of, like, if they start doing it in more games, then, yeah, that could definitely start to feel, like, repetitive.
I remember it wasn't until, like, Unleashed that we had, like, an actual, like, attempt to try and, you know, return to form. But after Unleashed, like, I guess the idea was that after Unleashed, Sega felt like that's it, that's the pinnacle of Supersonic, like, as a plot device, and we can never do that again, and so they
I wouldn't say it was like
for a long time.
Well, I wouldn't say it was a return to form in that aspect, because, like, the games before Unleashed were still treating Supersonic as a plot MacGuffin anyway.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, your mileage may vary on how you think Supersonic should be handled. I'm honestly one of those people that think Frontiers did handle it the best, because it's come to a point, like, we've had many games already where it's either treated as a power fantasy or a plot device. Though now we have it as a plot device that's a little more common. That's a little more common than just once. And I'd say, to its credit, I don't think they do it so much where it becomes too repetitive. Like, there's only, like, 4 or 5 instances where it actually happens.
Whoa.
That was so close. Was this a bonus? Was this ever a bonus theme from a Sega game, or
this
or Unleashed?
Doesn't seem. I don't think this. I think this one might be original because I'm not recognizing it.
Because I'm seeing.
I
Like,
think
I'm
it is
noticing,
original.
Okay, because I'm noticing elements of both Boost Sonic and. It's kind of neat that, like, you can kind of tell when something is from the adventure era, because it lends itself to more like 3D areas to just kind of take it easy and, like, just kind of follow along a map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man, though seeing all, like, the entire layout of this level so far, it does make me wonder, like, I mean, for all I know, it may as well be original. But a part of me starting to wonder if it took its inspiration from the multiplayer exclusive levels from SA2 Battle, like the ones where you're primarily like snowboarding, or you're primarily grinding, or those like shooter based races.
I honestly forgot that there were
Like, I
multiplayer,
thought, like,
specific
the
ones.
only levels from the SA2 multiplayer I remembered were basically where they just wholesale took elements from where they just wholesale took segments from the mainline levels and just applied multiplayer to them.
That sounds about right. Oh jeez. I mean, I've already given up. I'm not getting the ring count anymore now that I screwed up that.
Probably won't
You
get
dropped
the
all
S
your
rank
ring. You dropped all your rings into the void.
We don't know if I will get the S rank. Who knows? I feel like I've been doing a pretty clean run of this stage up until now. Whoa.
I guess it also depends on how strict the time limit is for this one.
Yeah.
That is true. Who is to say? No.
I love how you're just homing attacking, like, military helicopters and tanks.
Yeah, it turns out that the AI here does not know how to manufacture tanks as well. They're all made out of paper mache. Dang.
Oh, well.
9 seconds.
Oh.
Dang it.
You probably could have made it if you didn't die that one time.
I'm gonna try one more time because the problem is that I need all the keys I can get right now. I don't want to go for big for all my fixes.
I want to earn my independence, damn it.
I'm doing it the right way.
I've been
Hell yeah.
lonely since I lost Porky. No one wants to hang with me.
How about you, Doug? How do you feel about how they've handled Supersonic in later installments and stuff?
I
have a
honestly don't really mind it as much. I mean, if it's for plot and all of that, that's fine by me. If it's not, then I don't know. I'm usually just chill with the Supersonic stuff, really, especially with Genesis and Modern.
Do you have a
I mean, if it works, it works. But if it doesn't, then whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite of the Supersonic iterations.
My favorite is this one in Unleashed.
Fair enough. All right, I like
Which version of Unleashed?
HD.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah,
to
that-
disagree. I thought that boss fight was kind of mishandled.
Yeah, honestly, that's like, it's funny how
Oh, that boss.
like,
You're talking about the boss fight. Oh,
Yeah.
no. I was mainly going for. No, I was just talking about the plus. I was not involved in
Okay.
the boss
So
fight.
like the opening sequence where he literally just goes supersonic and wrecks Eggman's whole entire base.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that was
that was
fucking
fun.
cool.
I mean, yeah, no, I'll give you that one. That whole
But yeah, for the
sequence is
final
one of the
boss,
best
yeah,
ones.
I'm going with the PS2 and Wii versions.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
really funny how, like, I know a lot of people have their arguments on which version's better, but, like, with a few exceptions, it's generally agreed upon that, like, the HD version handled the final boss worse.
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, because it was so odd that it decided to be treated in that way, and also, real talk, Punch Out is not that fun.
But you
Not
played the
when
game
it
for
not.
us. Oh,
I know, but not right. It's not that fun. There we go. That should be it. But it's not that fun when you're playing as somebody who's not meant for boxing. Give me a Knuckles Punch Out game, damn it.
well, I'll say, like, in the Wii version's credit, like, the Gaia Colossus is a lot faster in terms of his response times. Or at least he feels faster.
Fair. Get the ball keys. There we go. Yellow emeralds unlocked.
All right.
Lemon.
Lemon.
It's like, Lemon eats it and just turns super.
Lemon.
Who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought going super would have been so torturous?
No, you do that. It's like lemon, and then Mega Man shows up. No, lemon, and then just shoots it.
Oh my god.
But they're not lemons. He said that like twice.
What does he say they are?
I don't think he really calls them anything other than, like, shots or, like, energy pellets or whatnot. Like
Yeah, I mean they're just buster shots.
that just happen to look like lemons.
Thank you, NES Limitations.
Ah, there we go. That is the next Chaos Emerald. Shadow's
Mine.
little baby.
Oh,
I wonder if he ever
mine.
named this one.
He just names all air. Oh my god. Shadow literally giving every individual names to every single Chaos Emerald. That'd be so stupid.
This one's Percy.
Oh my god.
I'll call you
He works long
Percy.
walks on beaches.
I'll call you Percy. I'll call you Dwayne. I'll call you Shadow
Dwayne.
Tutor.
I'll call you Mario.
I'm sorry,
love
what
the
now?
idea of not just. I love the idea of not just. Phew. I love the idea of not calling him Dwayne, like DUWAYNE.
And then
I'll call this one Low Sunshine. The one I don't like.
And he points at the gray emerald. And he calls it. I'll call you Cool Whip.
Just to
called-
piss off Knuckles.
Yes.
Just
And I'll
to
call-
piss off Knuckles simply.
And I'll call this one Maria. It's my favorite emerald.
And it's the damn fourth one.
Exactly.
God damn it. God damn it. Because here's what's just now been playing in my head after you mentioned that. Diedrich, I assume it was him. Diedrich Bader playing.
Oh, if you're talking about the
giant
devil named
penguin.
Surf's Up villain. Oh, first off, yes, it is DJ
Yes.
Bader voicing him.
Thank you. And yes, I'm now in my head imagining Shadow voiced by Diedrich Bader. These are my ladies.
My lady.
Showing up all the
Felicia.
chaos.
This little Amy.
I'll
And I
fucking
forget
laugh at
which
you.
one
I'll
is it. It's
fucking-
like, I think it's Teresa, where it's like, now Teresa, is that your dirty girl?
Dirty girl.
I'll
It's
fucking,
like that.
I'll
yeah,
fucking laugh if he actually ends up getting picked for Shadow in the movie.
You
That's
know
true,
what?
we don't actually have a
Unironically, I could
confirmation
see
yet.
him being a decent Shadow.
I could buy it. What do you
Yeah.
think, Doug? Oh yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I'd love for Shadow to be played by Warp Dark Matter.
Yeah.
Shadow
I'm
the
on
Hedgehog
board.
does not eat nachos!
I dig this thing.
This one's not bad.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, you know what though? I definitely remember this level being pretty spacious as far as its red ring placement.
Oh yeah.
Whoa,
it is.
that was not the way we were supposed to go.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Let's go. So I guess I should ask. So, you made it very clear. You made it very clear, James, that you were not a big fan of all of the EDM and trance used in.
Ooh, oh, that's close.
That you were not a big fan of all the EDM and trance used in Forces. What I guess makes it a little more easy to use here, or not as odd.
I'd say for Frontiers, if they handle it, it's handled better just because they don't solely rely. I guess the problem with the way they handled it in Forces because most of the tracks, it's mostly to do with the lead instrumentation being like they use the same damn instrument for almost every track.
That's fair.
I see. And here you have a variety. You have a variety.
The variety is much better in Frontiers.
Okay.
I missed
get
one.
that last red ring, and then I'll be good. All right, I'll find it.
And the very
It's still
first
pretty
one.
good regardless.
All right, so let's see if I can find where that red ring is.
Remember, don't look anywhere but straight.
Yeah. Checking.
I think by here you want to make a hard left.
Not here. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's one of those. Like again, this is what I mean when I say this level is very freaking broad.
Wait a
Like they actually, like some of the roads, there's like multiple roads, and they're very spread out. So you got to make the most out of whatever air control you have. And I think
that's kind of neat.
Most likely.
it might have been the right. It might have been the right road.
Let's see.
Well, if you went past the checkpoint, he might have missed it already.
Restarted.
Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Redo.
The fast restart. Okay. See, I didn't even consider the fact that there's all these other spaces you could instead be going to.
I mean, I figured that. I mean, listen, can you blame me? Everything else looks like Green Hills.
Yeah, and it's all this floaty around stuff. I had no idea.
Green Hill's starting to
Where?
look a lot
Yeah,
more like
there it
Green
is.
Hill now.
The fact that they even make a joke to that in frickin'
Forces.
Sonic. In Forces, in the Forces remix version or whatever. Basically, they actually have a joke where Sonic's like, "Oh man, their fan voice actor, man, like Green Hill's trying to look a bit more like." Yeah,
Oh yeah. I remember that.
Never mind.
now I forget. Is that the one where you're playing Eggman with them?
Is it called Overclocked?
Maybe.
If it's Overclocked, then yes, it's the one where I'm Eggman.
I remember it's the intro cutscene is he gets sucked into the Phantom Realm zone, the null space by Infinite at the very beginning.
Yeah, that's Overclocked.
All right, cool. What's it like?
In null space,
Is he
I won't.
Oh,
Eggman.
it's void.
I want to know what it's like to be Eggman.
Well, for one
Well,
thing,
it's
I
a-
imagine you'd have a much higher cholesterol level.
I mean, that's probably fair, but
I mean,
to be able to run fast,
have you seen all the sandwiches?
but to be able to run canonically faster than Sonic in an escape sequence, you got to be having some good cardio days in there.
I mean, hey, let's be real here. Nobody said he was. Well, okay, many people say, it's falsely assumed that he's faster than Sonic. No, he can just keep up. He can literally keep up to the same speed.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. Still, though,
You'd be
that's
sup-
very impressive.
Oh,
You'd be
but you know what-
surprised how...
That does raise a very important question, though. Compared to Sonic, how long can he keep that speed?
Probably until he
I'm
trips.
saying, I say either until he trips or until he sees the nearby Cinnabon sign top.
Boss.
Ooh, Cinnabon, my favorite.
They're minis, so it's not like you're even having a real Cinnabon. I don't know why I'm even trying to.
Time out, Sonic. Daddy gotta get his fix.
Coming Sage?
Oh my lord! I want more like wholesome moments between those two now. Like,
Well, I guess it
Well-
really depends on how much more frequently they use Sage after this game.
I mean, I feel like she's gonna, still be I feel at this point that it wouldn't hurt to see her as a regular, but, now that I think about it, it's like, now I'm just imagining what's gonna be like whenever they do their next, Sonic, Twitter takeover.
oh, that'd be actually kind of cool. Nuts.
I just
course.
realized, like,
Nightfall.
Alright,
I will
here,
say,
let
that does
mark
make
it
me-
so I can know where to go next time.
it does make me wonder, because I know that, like,
You might want
most-
to do that again just to be safe.
Yeah. But now that you bring that up, it does make...
That's right.
Anyway, now that you
Don't-
bring
don't
that up...
mind me. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
You're good.
It's fine. But now that you bring that up, that does make me wonder, like, because they usually, like, coincide their Twitter takeovers with usually whatever is their next biggest game that's coming out. The only one that we have, like, did we already do a Twitter takeover this year?
Maybe not this year, but I think last year when Frontiers was just coming out. Like, I think that was
Okay,
the one where they
that's
did bring in most of the regular, the regular cast.
Because I was about to say, like, because they usually have one coinciding with, like, whatever their most recent game is, and as of now, their most recent game coming up is going to be Dream Team. So if they're gonna keep to that notion of, like, expanding the roster to coincide with the game, the next Twitter takeover is probably going to be the biggest one they have yet.
Possibly.
That would be neat to have Rouge and Cream involved in that. I don't think they've ever been involved in it before.
Nope.
Nope.
It's just usually been Sonic, Eggman, whoever's starring in the game that they're coinciding with, and for better or worse, Shadow.
I mean, Tails has become a regular, too.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, it sure took it took a hot minute, but he definitely did.
With 2 takeovers.
Yeah, that'd be the thing. Now that's how we learned that he loves to eat.
Treasures. You'd be right at home here, Nux.
Thank you.
Damn
that's how-
tootin'!
That's how we learned. That's how we learned that Shadow likes his coffee raw.
Mm-hmm.
Raw?
He likes his coffee raw, and that apparently he's a, I'm trying to remember, there's this one artist that apparently
Swiftie.
he and Amy are big fans of that they talked
Swiftie.
about on the Twitter. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Swifty.
Oh yeah, Taylor Swift, that's
He
it.
likes Taylor Swift. And then someone drew that
Eating
very
beans, I
nice
see.
art. And then somebody drew that very cute art of him and Amy both rocking out at the concert to Antihero.
There's that, let's see, trying to think of other things, like, apparently, obviously they can't show it because the Twitter takeovers are purely audio-based, but the fact that apparently Tails' tail is incredibly swole.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
when he,
I mean, I guess it makes sense to be able to lift both him and Sonic's like body weight up.
he literally just flexes his tails like like it was a freaking Mr. Universe contest.
Yeah,
I'd rather flex my muscles.
that's a lot of knuckle muscles.
You idiot! We've all got Wiimotes!
I was wondering when one of you two would see that.
I saw that. I saw it a couple days ago. It was that and the freaking. Have you ever thought of pushing a baby underwater? What would happen? The baby fucking dies.
Oh, that is
There's
just... I know it's all for haha laughs and that they obviously didn't hurt the baby because, you know, if they did, they wouldn't have uploaded that to begin with. Just the notion of, like, playing, like, a child
Logan,
that young in danger just kind of embitters me for some reason.
Also, Logan, you grossly overestimated how hard those things normally are. You're fine.
I know, but I was like, oh, I wanted to have like such a cool finisher move, and I ended just like a second too late.
Actually,
All the
I
way
just realized
across
it's
the
nightfall. You know what to do.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Follow
go.
the red beacon.
Dive!
All aboard the Spin Dash Express.
Whoop. That'll do.
I forget, Doug. Have you personally played the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog?
I've not played it, but I've seen you
God.
play it.
I mean, that's
Nice,
about all
leave
you.
you
That's
guys-
about all you really need. Oh,
Nope.
Sonic, you fool! You can't escape this whirling vortex of pain and misery.
I just want to leave. Bye, everybody.
Again, I hate that so much because they'll stop you dead in your tracks to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But sorry, what was that you said, Doug?
I've not played it, but I've only seen you play it.
Okay. I do still think it's a very solid game. I would not be against them doing more games like that. Just
Just for
is
fun.
it a niche thing? Sure, but just solid writing, allowing the characters of Sonic to explore, you know, more character-driven things than, you know, normal. Just, oh, look at me, I'm going so fast right now.
Well, to be fair, it also helps that it's a free game.
That is also true.
A
Incredibly
free
full.
April Fool's
There it
gag.
is. Here's the other type of thing that can happen at night. You'll see a little blue flicker, and you have to follow it as it goes on a little trail. Listen
If
to
you're
that.
if you're playing this game with mono audio, you're jolly well fucked.
Yeah, because you need to and that's why I have headphones on. Is hopefully, hang on. It's not most of the time you'll see it ahead of you, but otherwise, sometimes I did need to use this to find that it was behind something. Like right now. Oh, that's it. Okay, cool.
There you go. Just before daylight.
But yeah, no, I mean, exploring more things like that would be really fun. I don't know what else they could do with because they've already covered murder mystery. I don't know if they wanted to do more with that or.
I don't think they could do another murder party again. I mean, one's enough.
Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it. There you go. But something with that. Oh, get away. Okay. But something with just more text.
You know what? You know what though? I guess something similar. They could try. Oh my god.
A court drama.
That too. I was honestly thinking, just how if Sonic and Friends did a Dungeons and Dragons game.
That would be pretty funny, actually. Like Tails as the DM, and now Tails, or something.
Oh no! Eggman forces them into it, and he's the DM.
Oh my god.
It would be like that, and then it would have to be something. It would definitely. I could see it being something where, I could see it being something where Eggman's the DM, and since Tails probably would be more familiar with that than Sonic, we end up in this really silly scenario where, as you're seeing it play out, in their medieval garb and stuff, or have it be an excuse to set it in the world of the storybook games again.
Exactly.
Now Tails is the hero and Sonic is the knave, like his young ward or whatever.
And that would bring us the infamous return of Titan Tails.
Oh my lord!
Oh boy!
What is Titan Tails?
It's a concept from pre-boot Archie.
Yeah.
Really?
Pre-adventure Archie. Yeah, at that.
The hell? Oh, here we go.
Remember how we were talking earlier about how Tails was gloating about how swole his tails were?
Yes.
Basically, that's the one point in time where they just made him completely swole.
Oh.
Fact,
God, that's where that was from?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I thought that was like Pender's fan art or something.
Nope, that's technically official.
Okay, let me ask them. Where did the weird big purple naked Knuckles thing start?
I want to say Bellini Productions, but I know there technically is a purple Knuckles of sorts in the comics. So I just forget what the context of him being there.
Wasn't he primarily there for the sake of wiping all the Pender's era shit from the face of the Archie comics?
Oh, that's it, Thrash. The Tasmanian devil.
Oh, so he's not an echidna.
Nope.
He sure looked like one though.
Right?
The only giveaway is that he had ears.
I guess that's fair. Like they were slightly longer or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just remember Bellina Productions really liking to ship them with Rouge or whatever.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it was a bit. Well, to be fair, I think he treats it as more of a crack ship than like a genuine thing.
Fair.
Oh, this is another favorite song of mine.
Yeah, it's a crack ship, kind of like a. Oh, there you go. It's kind of like. Excuse me. It's a crack ship in the same way that like you and I like to have that little crack ship of Ed and I hate that I forget the name. What's the name of that two-toned girl from No Straight Roads again?
Eve.
Eve, yeah.
Oh, right, that stupid thing. I completely forgot about it.
I remember. Oh, that's right. I remember liking this stage because of just how vertical it is. But geez, finding all the red rings is going to be annoying.
Yeah, a bit.
Whoop.
Oh,
it's definitely one of the more technical levels it's one of the more technical cyberspace levels, if that means anything.
Yeah, like I believe its time is also pretty tight. So let's see if I got it.
Oh yeah, no, its time limit is also fairly strict.
Let's see, is it 45 seconds? Yeah. Oh, 30 seconds.
Wow.
30 on the dot.
Okay, well, let's see if I can do that then. I need to find that other red ring anyway.
Need to find the second one, it says. Well, maybe it was through that one rainbow ring you... Oh, no, never mind. I thought that was...
Oh, that's ring up there?
Yeah, the spring... Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. You got it. We're all clear now. Now it's just a matter... Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'm just gonna probably have to, Yeah, I'm not getting this, but I want to save that I got the red rings. I'm just gonna have to, you know...
Oh, that's fine, man.
Make do.
Face the music.
Okay, well now I may as well just restart, because I just started at the very beginning. This level also has no, timer.
You think there would be a little more,
Okay, so go for those rainbow rings is a good way to skip a lot of the level.
Makes sense.
Enough. Damn it!
Crash, buddy, do you mind if I can borrow the little yellow ring below your feet?
That would be
very
nice.
right about now. But no, I do dig this theme as well.
Oh yeah, no, again, this and Wandering the Blue are my favorite cyberspace themes.
It's got those cool vocal tracks. Anyway, get up, get up, get up.
No pain, no gain.
Oh, just charge it!
Nice! You did it.
Alrighty, there we go, everybody. It's as simple as that. Boop. That should be... By now, I think I should have more than enough keys to get all the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I got over 15 now between these 3 cleared levels.
Yeah, you should be good at this point. Actually, is that the last portal in the game?
Nope, there it is. No. There's still a couple I haven't... I feel like there's still 1 or 2 I haven't found yet, but I believe the clear one is the last of the ones that I need to unlock, so...
Oh yeah, no, the clear one is the last one. That's that one's plot relevant.
Let me double check. I've done this one. This one I have not yet started.
Okay.
Because it's tied behind that thing.
Right, that thing. It's tied to that one puzzle that we saw in the very beginning of the game. They completely forgot about it. Oh, you missed the very first one.
I did 4-9, but I missed 4-1, so there you go.
The one I mentioned in the previous part.
Yep, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go get that last. Let's go get that last fast travel thing really quick, and then we'll be able to fast travel, and it'll be so much nicer. Dodge the wolves.
Keep those wily wolves away from me.
Stop it! Stop it!
Oh, here we go.
Oh, another falling ball challenge.
Oh, okay. You know what? I was thinking of something completely different. Never mind.
Where is it? It's in the trees.
There's still technically one mini boss type we haven't even found yet, and I'm actually. I wonder if we're actually going to come across it at all.
I know where he spawns if you want me to show it off.
Yeah, the ghost.
Yeah. All right, I'll go and show it off.
Yeah, because as far as the main game is concerned, the only time you ever see it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, why couldn't every other boss just be that plain and simple?
Be nice. Alright, so now that I know I can fast travel everywhere, let me just go to where he spawns. He usually spawns, I think, over by this canyon? Unless I'm mistaking it. It looks like it's somewhere else. I know there's another spawn. Basically, what we're looking for is we're looking for a particular track that's surrounded by some statues. And that'll be, like over here. This is where he typically would show up. But...
one of many.
But how to get him to actually appear here?
I think he's technically,
right there.
Yes.
Did I do this?
Might need to go a little further back.
Yeah.
What was that, Doug? Did it actually show up somewhere, or...?
Where you're side looping, I think you have to press a button other than the side loop. You have to interact.
Oh, wait, yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah, I was about to say, we were... Oh, there you go.
Wake up!
Personally, one of my favorites. Not just because of the song, but the gimmick.
So the gimmick is, we need to chase him down.
Yep, because he's gonna go flying to one of these statues, or rather, the statues are gonna go capture him. But while this is all happening, you're losing your ring count.
You gotta just side loop him out of there and break the tower, and to do some damage to him. So, but yeah, I agree, Doug. I like this because it actually get away. Because it actually, plays into the platforming of the game, not just the combat.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that.
That being said, though, They do make a little more use out of this thing in another story, but I'll definitely argue it's probably a lot more annoying in those areas.
Really?
I think so, anyway.
While you tend to that, I'll be right back.
Is it because of the other characters not being
Alright.
used to it?
Could be that. Could also just be a matter of fact that the platforming is a little more herky-jerk. At least I think so, anyway.
Blow up. Alright, one more should do it. I think
Hurry!
it's music.
Chase him down! Yeah, it's like...
It's almost like chaotic ragtime.
You know what it's making me think of all of a sudden?
Excuse me.
Let's dance!
Oh my god, yeah, I do kind of hear Dimitri in it. And, which means, of course, I can use my platforming momentum hijinks to cheese it. Kaboom.
Game over, Ghost.
Where's the gear?
I think he's down there.
Oh. You wish that they would, like, you know, pop up on my radar as something I had found.
Follow the shimmering in your ear and hope that you're playing this game in stereo.
Yep, okay. Let's just open this guy up. Then I'll get the last couple of emeralds I need before we can continue the plot forward. We're making decent time still. Again, Ouranos is kind of no nonsense, just as long as you're aware. That I appreciate that, to an extent. I appreciate that it's not as like insane to navigate as Chaos or Ares were. It's very you know nice and open, like you know what Chronos had going for it.
Yeah. It's essentially just an extension of Chronos.
True. All right. Whee.
Oh, I remember this one now that I'm listening to the music. This is the Metal Harbor one.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I believe this is a Generations level?
No, it's Metal Harbor.
Oh, fair enough. You like Metal Harbor, though, right?
I mean, I like Metal Harbor, but I definitely remember this version being a little... It's weird in that it's not as hard in some places, but it's also a little more strict in others. Like, I think the time limit for this one is honestly one of the harsher ones.
In fact, I may have already missed it, but we'll see.
They do still let you do the thing, though, and that, like, once you reach the point where the missile's supposed to launch, you can try to go for the alternate exit.
Let's see if I can do it.
And I think that does lead to another Red Star ring.
It does.
It also is heavy on the dubstep.
Yeah, it sure is. On the bright side, they got rid of all the all those somersault puzzles. Considering we can't somersault in this game.
Yep. Go.
Because even they thought, what was even the point?
Nope. No, you don't. Damn it.
Yeah, you're stuck.
It locked me in.
But here, have a complimentary skateboard.
I don't want this.
I'm too old for skateboarding.
See if I got it. If I got the S-Ring time, I'll be happy. If not, I will forever mourn.
You got it.
I am happy. Phew. Alright, we're good.
Only by 4 seconds.
I'll take that then. Again, really cool concepts, but again, like imagine if they did try to like do another Generations thing and you actually got to be in a level that had visuals inspired by Metal Harbor.
Right? Or heck,
like
if you had to still stick to your guns and make things a little more, for lack of a better word, cost-cutting, maybe have it like... Remember how, like the first and last time you ever see Mario capture a character in Mario Odyssey, you see him, like, flowing through this whole, like, vortex with a whole bunch of its memories?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, have it do something like that where, like, thrown all throughout the level are just these these screens or whatever that just showcase what this level is like back in your heyday. So at least you can be acknowledged that, hey, I remember this place.
Something, yeah. Like I would love to hear more of Sonic's like remarks on this, apart from a few, you know, just a few conversations, as that's all we really get.
Or none at all.
Ancients would gather to simply be together, to cherish those who were left. That is why they recorded everything. Their history, their aspirations.
It's important to them.
Their hopes, their dreams.
Yep.
So they would never be
A legacy. Wow. So like for me, it'd be like my 30th birthday stream and how much of a debacle that was. Was it the 30th or the 35th?
30. Wait, for Sonic? 30th.
Yeah. Okay, that's one that had all the
we haven't even got to, I don't think we got into the 35th anniversary yet.
No.
Was this it? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, give it about another year or two.
Alright.
Actually, no, more like...
2026.
Right, 2026, so 3 years.
Okay, we're getting there. I'm an old fart. Maybe. Getting close.
Actually, no, wasn't it the 20... Actually, no, wait, wasn't it like the 25th anniversary that was a disaster?
Maybe it was the year that Mania came out.
That was 2017.
Okay, so maybe it was 25th, because I remember because Mania had a reference to that Faded stream.
Mm-hmm. I mean, hey, it worked with where it was used.
Absolutely. God, that was so
Wait,
fun.
what was the disaster?
So it was a big birthday live stream, and a number of things happened. Number one, I want to say it was the first time Crush 40 had performed a live concert to in that extent in a long time, and it kind of became this whole jokey thing where we kind of learned that the Crush 40 singer, at least at the time, may not have understood the best way to handle the crowd yet, because right away the first thing I remember was, oh, there you go, just need one. Right away the first thing I remember... One! Anyway, the first thing I remembered was... he was singing Sonic Heroes' theme song, and he saw that somebody in the crowd wanted to also sing along, so he held the microphone, but the guy was a screaming lunatic, and just started and peeked the microphone, and it was a little odd, and then
I know at one point he tried to point the microphone to a random mom who knew absolutely nothing, had no idea what the fuck was going on.
I think that was right before he handed it to the guy who screamed. The mother just shook her head and was like, "No, I just brought my son here. Don't." And it was that. It was a mixture of. At one point, the stream got muted, and there was this constant...
It was the first hour, I think, where the whole thing just had that. It was muted and it had that weird ass buzzing noise.
It was a constant droning because it was mic feedback. And then, around, I think 30 minutes of that, a ear-piercing, feedback of Mike hitting the speaker or whatever, I just remember everyone who had headphones just suddenly, yelping in pain.
That
I honestly fucking forgot about that. Jesus.
Yeah, no, that stream was a disaster.
Yeah, and but then I want to say they've at least learned from that, and actually, wait. Do I ever open this thing?
You technically can. I think that one's technically optional.
Okay, well, I need to go back there because I want to do because I'm at endgame already. I don't want to do that just yet. Get out of here.
I mean, technically, you could do the thing with the terminal now, and you wouldn't it wouldn't automatically take you straight to the emerald that's inside. But yeah, let's take care of this first.
For those curious, it's basically just it's the game prepping you that especially, or I should say, prepping you if you're on a hard mode. Because otherwise it seems very redundant and odd to have so many of these challenges after what happened in Chaos Island. Excuse me.
Oh.
Damn it. Fair enough.
Are you truly going to try to cheat the system again after you did so last time?
I'll do it even better this time.
Good.
Well, what do you know?
Well, good luck trying to get out.
I think that old ancient had a... Oh my god! I think that ancient was onto something. I don't think I should be here.
Well, I mean, now that you're here. I mean, kind of a shame too, considering you literally skip past the only sound-related puzzle that they have in this game.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. I guess I will have to do. Fine, I'll figure it out. For now, we'll do this puzzle. Do this last cyberspace stage. I think this is the last one I have.
I mean, technically, you don't even have to. You already cleared out the whole map, so you can just warp out of here whenever you feel like.
I know, but yeah, I guess for completion's sake, I should do something. But just double checking. 1, 2. Oh, this one I have not done yet either. Okay.
Jeez, there's too many.
I mean, I'm still making better progress than I did in the in my practice playthrough where I cleared all of one stage.
Fair.
Because I was able to buy everything else from Big. Oh! Let's see. What is this? Is this not Radical Highway? Is this what was the highway stage in SA2?
That was Radical Highway.
Oh, okay. Okay, wait. Then what was the highway stage in SA1 called?
Speed Highway.
Speed Highway. Okay, thank you.
Well, it's bringing back the hover spring gimmick from Skyrails, and we already dealt with the Skyrails callback, so I think this might be another original level piece.
Maybe.
Okay. They're learning. They're learning.
Up and down and all around.
Going, go.
Going, gone.
Doing it, doing it. Whoa.
I'm hip. I'm 90s.
Is it still the
That's
90s?
the saddest
I
thing
lose
I've ever
track of
heard him
time.
say. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard Sonic say in that voice. I'm hip, I'm 90s.
I promise I won't change my
I'm-
arm color again.
I'm the whole reason behind Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
He really was. Like, it's one of those rare instances where a single character was practically carrying the entire console and company. Ta-da!
I'm trying to think of it. I think that ad might have been before Sonic was even a thing.
Probably.
Genesis? I thought he got a start on the Dreamcast.
No, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that predated Sonic by about a year.
Jesus.
Genesis does what
I
they
didn't
do.
realize. That ain't Sonic. That's another rodent.
Yeah, Michael Rodent.
And just like that, I've anointed the power of the Wish movie.
Aw.
Now
Are we gonna start
talking?
talking? Are we gonna start talking about what the things that Sonic can do with his butt?
No, but the evil will spread across the land, and then a lamb's gonna talk.
Are we gonna? Is Sonic suddenly gonna burst into song with absolutely nonsensical lyrics? What the?
So yeah, this is the sound puzzle that you need to clear in order to open up the gate. Assuming you weren't, speeding by it with the spin dash.
What the heck? I have to play that many notes back to back?
I mean, it's like a sequence. You get the first verse, then the second verse, and the third verse, and you have to do it in a certain order.
Oh. Okay, I thought it was like I thought each of these was like a single node.
Don't worry, it's not that complex.
Okay, hang on, over here one time. Clap.
Okay, you know what? Never mind. The Genesis does what Nintendo. No, Sonic was already a thing by this point, so never mind.
Okay.
Okay, middle, left, right.
It had gameplay footage of Sonic 2 already, so there you go.
Just play them all over each other, becomes a big cacophony of noise, and...
Oh, thanks. I can breathe again.
Congestion
Alright.
relieved.
Okay,
And you made the game happy, Logan.
I'm very happy then. The next thing I gotta figure out is...
That.
I think the wife's pissed that you took out her hubby.
Run! The next thing I gotta figure out is do I have enough of the dialogue? Do I have enough of the memory tokens to get all these dialogues? Let's see. How are you doing?
You
over
should.
Here? I don't think so. I feel like I remember one of these still being like 55 needed or something.
I mean, did you make sure to splurge the ever living heck out of this stuff at Big's place?
I did. So who knows? Maybe I have enough. What do you have to say here?
Ancients came to this world tens of thousands of years ago.
Uh-huh.
The planet was still underdeveloped back then. and their
Humans weren't even a thing
technology
yet.
was superior to anything
What is
else at the time.
human?
I knew it felt different at the time, but the fact that it was really alien was surprising.
What do you mean alien? It's surprising. You've been on alien planets before.
It didn't make sense that such
You've seen
You fought
alien
against
ruins.
aliens.
super old.
Sonic is aliens. Yes, you're right. What the hell does that sentence
There you
mean?
go, I guess.
Sonic is aliens.
Only. Hey,
probably
hold
was
up. I'm
surprised.
I'm only an alien in the movie. There's a difference.
I wonder how many emails that the continuity lead has received on how much he wants to consider Sonic X as being part of the canon now. The Silver Hammer, a different
So
type
what
of
you're
tower enemy.
so wouldn't that also imply that Chris Thorndike is also canon?
Yes, yeah, I guess we would have to say it. We'd have to claim it, because technically, according to that canon, Chris Thorndike and his girlfriend, that should do it. Come on. Yes. And cheese. Technically, Chris Thorndike and I want to say his girlfriend, the wheelchair girl.
I don't think they're. I'm pretty sure they're not. They're not a couple.
The non-item. Aww.
They were just school. They were just grade school friends.
Fine. But I believe because I remember they were the ones responsible for somehow linking the two worlds together with a portal.
I'll have to take your word for it, because
in season 2, after Sonic, basically after Sega had exhausted all of the game adaptations they wanted to put into the anime series,
All two of them.
They contrived.
Technically, they did also cover Battle.
That's true. They had a whole Emerald arc.
That lasted all of like 1 or 2 episodes.
He was a side character, I think, through even parts of SA2, but he didn't really get any focus until after. But either way, after that was done, they contrived this whole story about, oh, by the way, it turns out there's actually some great dimensional imbalance, and if Sonic remains in this world any longer, all of existence as we know it will fade away. And it actually led to a sort of interesting emotional moment between Chris and Eggman, where Chris thought the whole thing was just another scheme of Eggman's, and even Eggman kind of took pity on the guy, because he was basically depriving him of a friend.
This poor delusional child.
God, I think he literally did say something like, "Poor kid," or something like that.
Well, I could have sworn that he I don't know if it's kept in both versions, but I remember the Japanese version was basically chewing Chris out for being so selfish.
Really?
Yeah, because remember, there was a point where Sonic was about to head home, but Chris decided he just wanted to shut the portal and keep him in his world.
That's right. Everybody else went into the portal except for Sonic, and then again just this whole big that's right. Jeez. Yeah, wow. When you think about it in the right context, without the right dubbing, Chris does yeah. Chris sucks. That's my incredible well thought out contribution to the conversation about Sonic X. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
I don't know. That sounds like a very controversial take, Logan. You might want to take that back.
Oh no.
Next you're gonna tell me the maid was just as much of a despised character.
Was she?
I don't think she was.
Depends.
I mean, I just remember, all I remember for certain is that Eggman had a crush on her.
Yeah.
That is true.
And I think in the English dub, Mike Pollock also voiced her.
Oh yeah, Mike voiced both of them. That's what made the ship all the more hilarious.
Is this Green Forest?
This.
It's all the Bungie. These things are reminding me of it.
It might be Green Forest.
How insane would it be if out of nowhere one of these things actually referenced an 06 level?
I mean, wouldn't put it past them. Actually, now that I look at this, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think where in Green Forest this would be, but it's not immediately coming to mind.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if not that, it could also... You know what? It might not even be that. It could also be harkening back to... It could also be harkening back to Generations' version of Chemical Plant.
Some of it's a little similar.
Maybe.
Or it could be just another instance of original level layouts that they had earlier.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Whoa! Yeah, maybe... Yeah, and honestly... Oh yeah, I gotta kill all these enemies, and then it spawns. There we go.
Okay, yeah, this is... I think this is supposed to be a unique set piece.
I wonder... Apart from one or two things...
Yes!
Apart from maybe one or two things, maybe this whole island consists of all original levels.
Yeah, it probably is.
Well, then
again, no, we did deal with Metal Harbor earlier.
Oh, that's true. In which case, I mean, again, I don't mind. I think they're learning. I think they're learning what makes a fun stage, and
yeah,
because I guess I realize now why people had problems with the boost formula levels, where it was just kind of long hallways and not a lot of interesting
I mean,
platforming.
It also
run
didn't help
forward.
either. That being real, the only real reason the cyberspace levels end up reusing a lot of stage level design in the first place because the cyberspace levels in themselves were kind of shoehorned into the game. It was purely edited because it was mandated by the higher ups of Sega. Like they wanted to make sure that there was some classical stuff in there as well with the open zone stuff. In the case the open zone stuff didn't turn out all that hot, even though people much prefer the open zone stuff.
It's so funny because I remember like well before we started seeing stuff of Frontiers, like there was this like infamous leak that someone apparently had like an early build of the game where like their thoughts on it were like the exact opposite, where they thought that the cyberspace levels were a lot better than the open zone levels.
I mean, when it comes to all the bosses and stuff, maybe, but imagine paying $60 and all you got was the cyberstage content.
Yeah. At that point, it literally you definitely feel you'd be gypped.
Yeah, it still would be pretty half-baked. What are your thoughts on that, Doug?
Huh?
Do you think if we were to take out the open zone, for people who are claiming, oh no, the open zone combat or the open zone stuff is kind of mid. I like all the cyberspace stages. Do you think the cyberstage? I get all tongue-tied. Do you think the traditional Sonic levels in this game would, if we combined all 30 of them, do you think that would be enough for a $60 price Sonic game?
My thoughts would immediately go to, another fucking Sonic Forces 2.
Essentially.
Yeah.
That'd be an instant no for me.
That's the problem. Like if you were to just stick with the cyberspace levels, it literally would just be Sonic Forces 2. And Sonic Forces was already a very shallow ass Sonic game.
So I think this added enough necessary good things to it.
Again, I do unfortunately still think that's primarily because of their everything beyond the cyberspace levels. Like cyberspace levels, they're still about as shallow as they were in Forces.
Whoa! Jesus! How do I? What do I do?
You switch to whatever's impervious to those beams.
Well, it's a matter. I think
Remember,
it's a matter of like
you're playing Ikaruga.
Well, I
okay,
think
but
he's
notice
more
that
so
so if I'm not shooting. Okay, so that's the thing to note. If I'm not shooting, you die. So that's the trick. It's Ikaruga so long as you're firing the shot as it approaches you.
Yep. So I mean, keep firing, asshole.
Fair enough. I thought it would just change my polarity, but yeah.
That's just kind of the general rule with this one. If you're not shooting, you're as good as fucked.
Fair enough. Okay, I will continue to win. Oh,
honestly, I think in general, they could have just made it a little, what they could have just done is that have it you can, you're constantly, you're shooting at all times, but you just gotta push a button to switch polarity and, bullet type.
That I would say that's how Ikaruga, I think Ikaruga did use
No, Ikaruga you still had to hold down the button in order to shoot.
That's fair. But I think so long as you just held it down, that was all you needed, you didn't have to
keep shooting.
Yeah, because there were definitely some bosses where you couldn't, all you had to do was just be on the defensive, especially in that, especially in the final boss of Ikaruga in the critical difficulty, where at one point you just have to constantly be swapping, otherwise the homing missile barrage would get you, and it gets faster and faster. Ugh. Oh, it's such a cool boss fight. It's good music. Shoot-'em-up games have incredible soundtracks, because they gotta get you in the zone and stuff. But anywho, me blabbing about all that stuff. This is it. Now that I've opened this up, we should be able to now reach the final Chaos Emerald Vault. Unlike other things, I don't think there are any minigame Chaos Emeralds on this island.
Nope, not a one.
All right then.
So, earlier you said I had 0 chance.
I mean, the closest thing we get. The closest thing we had to that, again, are all those terminal things we've been dealing with, and that one sound puzzle that would just open up some gates. That's literally about it.
Which both circumstances I prove that you can absolutely circumvent if you want to.
Yeah.
I am saying we are in a desperate situation.
Anyway, while Sonic and Sage are blabbing about and he's about to grab the 6th Emerald, I will be right back.
Okay.
Chance I can turn that despair of yours into hope. I won't disappoint.
Yay. And with that, when I acquire that last Chaos Emerald, we will automatically be put into the end game. So, I guess while James is away, I will briefly do a little bit more platforming because I want to enjoy this. While I get to have the chance this this session. So what we're about to pro.
Oh, bruh.
No, thank you. So what we're approaching is technically one of 3 endings if you want to also include the DLC into this. So when this game came out, there were 2 endings that were possible, entirely dependent on what difficulty you were playing the game, or I should say, dependent on what difficulty you got to this last step on. If you were on anything other than hard mode, then I'll just go in, I'll fight the last Titan, and that'll be it. You know, game over. You know, done. We're gonna claim you did a good job, and I forget. Does the game even like do any sort of like, oh, but maybe you could have had something more had you played? Does it even do anything like that?
I don't remember.
But I
remember I think the music does change depending on the difficulty of the in the credits.
Oh yes, that's right. I remember because James was mentioning something about how like it sounded off. Or that's fair. Okay, fair enough. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'll show this off. At any point, you can change the music. Yay!
Yay!
But so we're gonna be heading towards how to put this. So the funny part about it is, if you're having difficulty with the combat, you can absolutely Anyway, you can absolutely just play the entire game on easy, and then right here at the very end, before you start the final encounter, just quickly shift it on to hard mode, and the game doesn't care either way. Just so long as you're at this point, that's all worries about. The other ending will be when we do the our first of, I guess, a couple post game sessions in the next after we do all this. But I don't know. I guess another thing I could have shown off at some point, but it didn't really bother me. And I honestly think the UI was kind of disgusting. That's just my opinion. This music player thing that you're seeing me show off here. Another big thing that came out with it was Sonic's big birthday update.
Yes.
And along with it, everybody had cute little birthday costumes, like Sonic wearing his little his little birthday hat and stuff. But it also had this UI change where it would add this birthday. It was supposed to also change certain sound effects, but it primarily changed the UI to have a lot of colorful borders, and I did not care for it. It was way too much.
I didn't like the UI.
It was very crowded.
It was a bit much.
I'm listening to all these classic Sonic themes, particularly Plan Wisp, because I love it so much. Hearing these as you're going through the game, not only does it feel so right to me, but it also hammers in the fact that, again, this is more of a preference thing. I know a lot of people think differently, but I really probably should take the time to actually listen to a lot of Frontier's soundtrack, because from my experience, I don't really consider it, aside from some of the boss themes, I don't really consider Frontiers to be one of the more memorable soundtracks in the series.
It goes with welcome back, James. I mean that's part of it. We were showing off the music player and stuff a little bit while waiting on you.
I think you were just gonna go ahead and get the plot moving along.
No,
but,
this is a big plot stuff.
No. At least you guys were courteous to because let's just say that Sonic can't handle those chili sprinkled milkshakes as well as he used to.
Okay, where's default? Come on.
Default. It's somewhere down here, goddammit. You may need to bring up the... Okay, there you go. I was about to say, you probably should have... You might have had to have brought up the whole playlist, but that works too.
I forgot how to... Do you press and hold it?
I think you hold it down, yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
There you go.
There you go. But yeah, no. So that's mainly what you do there is... I would say, because it's trying to do the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom thing, where it's more subdued, so you can take in the environment, but... No, I think that, yeah, apart from the boss themes, no, I agree with you. I think the other soundtracks up to this point have been a lot more bombastic and in your face.
Well, not even just bombastic. I would just say more memorable.
I mean...
One day I'll learn what this means fully.
Or never.
Alright, let's get this show on the road.
I'd still say, for what it's worth, there's some movement pieces from the overworld that I still think are easily, up there with some of Sonic's best. But yeah, on the whole, it's one of those things where some are better than others. I'd say the soundtrack as a whole is still pretty solid. Definitely a marked step up from Forces, if that means anything.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Like, honestly, I'd honestly say it's right up there with 06 as a soundtrack, honestly.
I don't know if I go that
That one was
far
already
because
pretty good.
Also, I don't know if I go that far since I do still hold 06's soundtrack to a pretty high regard in spite of the rest of 06.
I know! It's for the greater good. But...
I found it for you.
Hey!
Thanks, Eggman.
Go ahead and beat that giant.
He's a fucking light bulb.
He is. He's an. I'm actually kind of an absolute unit.
Now why would I want to disappoint you?
Let's
What if we
have
all know-
fun.
What if he was just a badnik all along?
Alright, so get ready to see this boss for the first of, well, 2 times.
Yeah.
Aww. Let's have fun.
I'll see you say that, Doug. I could totally see Eggman rocking his own, like, Doom bots.
That'd be fucking
Return
badass
back
of
to
him,
the
honestly.
beginning of this theme. Against
Like, I'm sure the comics have done it at some point, but anyway.
I think so.
against
I
the
think
entities
OVA did
possessed
that too.
Titan.
Well, I will say it
Ranger.
is kind of funny that you big gun. It is kind of funny that you say that, James, because I do know that apparently, like a robot Eggman duplicate was actually how they justified Eggman's design changing from like the original Sat AM look to the more game-oriented look.
Yeah, I remember Robo Robotnik. Because technically, the real Robotnik of the Archie comics died.
Yep.
So yeah, Supreme. Like, I like the design. I love the fact he's packing a huge ass gun. But if you know what you've been doing up till now, this boss is honestly kind of pathetic.
Well, especially if I've been getting all the attack boosters, which I have. We're already into the second phase.
Right.
Yeah.
It will not be until
Although once
another...
you get to,
oh,
it is
I
once you
still
get
love
to the
this.
second. Oh yeah, it just brings out the wings.
Wow.
It is cool.
Evangelion much. This phase of the fight, though, is definitely this is definitely one that will trip most players up because I mean, you can still wail on Supreme a little bit, but he will counterattack with a damn near unparryable attack.
Yeah.
What you're supposed to do is attack the little you're supposed to attack one of the machines that are surrounding him and deflect it back at him.
Yeah, I don't care how often he's gonna do that. I'm gonna side loop him.
Is that even possible?
If he stands still,
Well, at least hit him once and then do it. Or actually, do you even have? Oh, you don't even have your meter is in the red, so you can't do it.
right? No, I'm charging it up. If I get one more hit on him, it'll be charged up. Come on, stand still. That'll do. There it is. Oh, not again.
Yeah, I
Fine.
figured. Just do it the way it's supposed to be done.
Fuck.
Yeah, you have to do it. Otherwise, it's not gonna do anything else.
Go.
Now he
There you
brings out his mighty big gun.
That's way more powerful than a shield.
I play Fortnite, motherfucker.
No, 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 no.
Man, if this, if this game had a higher budget, they totally would have done the whole Moses thing where he shoots it above the water separates.
That'd be so
That
cool.
would have been, that would have been really fucking cool.
There we go.
And
Drop him
done.
down. As soon as he gets out of the side loop animation.
Now what?
You good? Oh, that's him one more time.
Night.
There you go.
Then you press the X button again, or excuse me, the square button in this case.
That's about alright.
That is
He said the
indeed.
thing.
Sonic, don't touch the butt.
Sonic!
Do you hear me, young man?
I have brought the Titan to its knees,
Well,
but not destroyed it.
Oh.
But not destroyed it. Keep that in mind.
Yep, he's still fine.
Because technically this wasn't even controlled by any like wrathful spirit. This was the entity that was possessing it, the thing that all the ancients were so worried about.
Remember, this thing was technically a vessel for the greater evil.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I guess in destroying it, we've actually not so much weakened the entity, but more so just weakened its prison. So now it can fully escape, and thus...
Oops. Now it is nothing but a husk.
Sonic, you know that's not it. How we doing, Chief?
Out of its shell. It's retreating into space to regain its true form. Even Supersonic won't be able to stop it. I know what I must do. I must leave you.
Understand. Go. Fulfill your function.
Dang.
Yep, now it's personal.
And without a wrathful spirit possessing this one, Sage can have full control of this Titan.
At last.
Hurry, before it regains its full strength.
Ladies first.
Go up there.
And away they...
Almost.
Oh, come on, just move it. Yahoo! Thank you.
See,
Dear daughter.
Merlina and the genie, who I forget their names, eat your heart out.
A
We have a
Razor Jin.
useful sidekick. Thank you. No, Razor Jin's the bad one. The young daughter, the young genie, the girl. Oh look,
No, Razor Jin's the main villain.
I know, but the genie girl, the genie of the
Oh,
rain.
Shara?
Oh,
Shara,
okay.
yes. I'm saying Eda Merlina and Shara, as in like a female like companion or any whatever that has a giant gun and it's cool and useful. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Welcome to what this was all preparing me for with hard mode.
Yep. It's you against the end.
All right, I will probably, I probably will actually need to like mute myself because of what's happening here. You guys take it from here because yeah, this will actually call upon shmup skills here.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
As
yeah,
before,
especially the
you-
last parts
you-
of it,
I
it
mean-
will take concentration.
so.
Yeah.
Alrighty, stay tuned, everybody. Here we go.
So yeah, I guess since it's just the three of us here talking right now, while Logan's literally using like all the resources of his brain in order to fully get himself into the zone of fighting this thing. So yeah, it's essentially just a glorified Ikaruga boss fight. That has a hell of a monologue prepared for just such an occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, you don't. Now, mind you, you don't even have to play this whole boss fight if you don't want to. It's definitely going to lead to a more anticlimactic ending. But basically, this whole thing is locked to the game's hard mode. If you're playing on normal and easy, it skips straight to the very end of the fight. And I mean, I guess it's one of those things where I'm not sure how to entirely feel about it. Like, I mean, I don't entirely mind that the final boss is essentially this, because we've already had our little final hurrah with with Supreme earlier. So it's not like they didn't completely ignore it, but it's also a matter of fact that I guess it would make more sense if maybe they swapped them around. Like, have this be the first like battle, and then the last battle would be a proper supersonic fight.
Would have made sense.
And I mean, and then, you know, to the game's credit, later on, about like roughly a year later, they gave us just that.
And then people still.
Now I don't know if Logan's going to go out of it. Now I don't know if Logan's going to go out of his way to actually add subtitles for everything that the end is saying. But all you really need to know is that, yeah, all you really need to know is that it's we're essentially dealing with Galactus here. She's the destroyer of worlds, whatever it is. They're the destroyer of worlds, and watch out for that particular attack.
Yeah. That will kill
Like,
you.
the moment you hear those sirens, move out the way. But yeah, no, otherwise, that's all they really are. They're just a destroyer of worlds, an eater of planets, whatever you want to call it. That's really all it is. It caused the destruction of the Ancients' homeworld, and now its next target is our dear old planet, which, you know, that's a super popular pastime in multimedia, am I right?
Man, my favorite.
But yeah, all aside, I don't mind this. I don't mind this fight, personally speaking. But I can understand why people would consider it kind of a weaker element of the game. Doug, what do you think?
I do agree. It is a weaker element of this game. To me, I don't think this was needed. I feel like a different portion of this boss fight could have been better other than this, but I don't know.
I mean, I guess I
can't
could
like
ask.
how the other
I mean,
story
would you
did
say?
it, but there are still complaints about that one when we get to it.
Right. I mean, I guess I could also ask real quick. I mean, do you think, on a whole, like, if you were to take or leave this entire gameplay genre shift, would you have kept it or left it?
This one, I'd probably leave it. I mean, if
Like,
it
just,
works for the
like,
other
have
game,
it-
it'll work. But with Sonic, I don't see it.
Like, you don't think shooters you don't believe that shooters should have their place in Sonic?
Yes, absolutely. I don't see them having a point in Sonic.
I suppose that's fair. Hype, do you share similar sentiments?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd also say, just in general, one of the things that I do, another element of this final boss that I do find a bit underwhelming is the end itself. Like, I don't know, I feel like for something that's supposed to have, like, this... I don't know, just the fact that it's just a giant sentient moon that doesn't really do a whole lot, just... It just seems a little underwhelming to me.
Yeah, I kind of do share a similar sentiment that, like, as a villain, the end is pretty fucking one note. Like, obviously there's the whole thing about how it's able to contact Sonic earlier on to guide him on his quest, and they don't do much else with that after the fact. Like, the entire appeal of this game is primarily, with its writing, it's primarily with the history of the Ancients, as well as Sage's character development. And I'd say on those fronts, I'd say job well done. Like, I definitely still think it's easily some of the stronger elements of this game's writing. But yeah, no, the end, not that great of a villain. Like, I wouldn't have minded if they tried something a little, like, I don't mind the entire idea behind it, but I definitely think they could have given it a little more
More
for
time.
lack of a better word, they could have given it a little more presence.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because the writing in this game is fucking
Like-
strong. This is easily one of the strongest writing we've gotten in the series. In terms of the games.
Agreed, very much so. Like, honestly, like, writing, like, as far as the games are concerned, honestly, I'd say this is probably the best story next to, Okay, now we're at the point now where...
Comes for you all.
Yeah, now we're at the point now where shooting it's not going to do anything. Now it's just a matter of surviving.
Yep.
Or you know what, never mind, we're actually already past that point.
First try. Not bad.
Yeah.
I give a clap.
You know, I honestly remember on my first run, this took me, like, maybe 1 or 2 attempts to properly finish. Because, yeah, no, that last stretch where she just starts throwing out everything, that was pretty chaotic.
Yeah, I think.
But yeah, no, if you were playing this on if you were playing this on normal and easy, this is like after you have that whole spiel from Sonic, this is pretty much where the whole thing would just transition to. Like, forget the whole Ikaruga shit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, try not to screw up the QTEs, otherwise you'll have a pretty hilariously pathetic death.
I want Logan to get the fucking death animation for this, just in the corner somewhere, just to show
That'd
it
be
off
funny.
what we mean, because that animation death is too fucking funny.
Phew.
And now Sonic
That's
himself
hard.
has pissed on the moon.
Yeah, he pierced the moon.
That's how strong his piss is.
Unfortunately, now it's come to a point where if Sonic stuck around, he probably would have bitten the dust. But no, Sage says no. That's my job.
Yeah.
Please look after Father.
So, how's your hands feeling, Logan?
Pretty good. No, those laser patterns near the very end really like make you swivel really fast and takes a.
Oh yeah.
I forget. I'm always nervous I'm nervous to see if using the D-pad actually works in that section, but I'd rather not chance it. But
That's
there you
I
go.
mean, you've had like several other like places where you could have tested it, but regardless, we did it.
With
We
Supersonic
finished the
and
main
Sage together-
campaign.
Hooray! With Sage and Supersonic together, they have decimated the end.
You like our
And
Unleashed
I don't know, it's
reference?
Look at that! Catch me! Catch me! Catch me! I'm okay.
You did it.
My ankle's
good.
only slightly twisted, but yeah, no, and it's having deafened myself for that bit. Something just about I know we had just mentioned hype that like maybe the music in this game isn't super memorable, but something about like the very like subdued like minimal piano tunes and stuff is like something about that does give me chills, like in the middle of that huge like fight. Hey,
I don't
how
blame
you doing?
What's up, Eggman?
Well, I mean, the day was saved. Unfortunately, it costed Eggman the one thing he hasn't had in a long time.
Family.
Yeah.
Jumbo walks
But hey,
over,
you know
puts a
what?
hand on his back.
Instead of grieving over it, he's gonna let that be the motivation for his resolve.
I'll
Man!
make one that's better. One that can survive going up against that eldritch abomination from outer space. And, yep, at least for those of us who played the game at launch, this was the original main conclusion to frickin' Sonic Frontiers. Where, who was Kale Bear in this again? Was he one of the ancients?
He was big.
Oh, he was big. Oh, huh, nice. But yeah. Again, as far as like just a okay, and we'll be back a little bit later. Hopefully not too long, but we got time. Anyway, again, as far as
if we don't get his
experience
thoughts, he
go-
might say it once we do the other story.
That's true.
Yeah.
That'll be another.
We're not
video.
quite. We're not. I mean, now we can say we're not quite done with Frontiers because, after within the year that this game came out, there were like 3 pretty noteworthy updates. We got the one that gave us the sound
birthday.
player and a whole bunch of sound memories and all those interesting little challenges. The second one was what gave us. I think it was either the
Spin
second or the
dash?
third one that gave us all those action challenges on the overworld that, again. Like, you clear all of them, you unlock the spin dash.
Right.
It was the
and then
second
it was
one.
this and then it was this most recent one, I believe, that not only gave us there, Ian. Well, I don't know. I forget if we ever like really gave as much I think we did in the very first session, but just again the fact that a huge Sonic fan got to move from writing for some comics, a couple fan issues, to writing for probably one of the better mainline games in a long while. I'm proud for him.
I honestly think it was deserved. Like everyone, like many people have said time and again, like the dude knows his chops when it comes to Sonic, and it's like it was honestly just a matter of time before Sega realized that and gave him a chance to, help with a proper Sonic plot.
Heck
And now that he did, it's like, like I would definitely say his contribution is partly the reason why I'd say this is easily still one of the best stories in a Sonic game, bar none.
Right.
Easily one of the strongest ones.
So, I mean, yeah, definitely one of the most emotionally resonant ones, like in new characters and stuff, and it worked. Oh gosh, what else? Again, the open zone gameplay, and yes, I will, admit, I probably for the sake of this channel, me playing the game, I had the most fun when I didn't play with the original physics. The original physics I always felt were a little bit too restrictive and limiting, where you had so much aerial like deceleration that you couldn't really carry any momentum into the air. That wasn't fun for me.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, I'm so happy that Sega noted that one of the most highly requested and highly downloadable, one of the most highly popular mods of the PC version of Sonic Frontiers was just unlocking that momentum. And I'm so happy that they now allowed it to be that there is a way that you can just officially alter that. The game doesn't rob you of any experiences for turning it on. Of course, the cyberspace stages for the most part are locked to having their momentum focused, but just being able to experience open zone with that was a huge lot of fun. I highly recommend tinkering with those controls if you want to get some more fun out of it.
I'll still say, for what it's worth, that it does that whole add-on they added with that update, did went miles to help with the overall experience of Sonic Frontiers.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely still think even now there's still a little bit of they still got a little ways to go before I think they've reached what I would consider peak Sonic gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
But I think get another game or two, stick to this format, do enough tweaking in here and there, and honestly, we could probably have the next best controlling Sonic since the original Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Is that we've made the joke several times on this channel. God, we've been on a ride. We've made the joke several times on this channel that Sonic loves to shift gears and that's right, we gotta leave the island. That Sonic loves to shift gears and change its mechanics from Generations to Lost World, and it never felt like Sonic had much chance to stick to something and really focus on it. Let's not stay on this island anymore.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Kite.
Yeah. Real quick,
but,
sorry about that son leaving. My mom wanted to drop something off at my cousin's house, and she needed me to run in since she's still sick, and she didn't want to risk them getting sick.
Aw.
That's
And look, somehow Styx is canon in this world again.
Yes?
I wonder if we're ever going to get to see that road trip.
It'll be fun. But, yeah, it's... If they can, like you said, if they can stick to this engine, really try to, hone it down and, work out the kinks, find out what does and doesn't work, like, they have something in the makings here.
Yeah, just keep things consistent, and honestly, and for the love of God, try your best to keep some of your better players on hand, and so that it doesn't end up going downhill like it did back in the Dreamcast era.
Right. Also, I think this is the song that plays if I beat it on hard mode.
Yes.
Yes.
On normal and easy, you would actually get the PG version of the song "Vandalize."
Fair.
Which to this day, now that I know the context behind that, I'm honestly surprised that they up and said, let's put this raunchy ass song in a Sonic game.
Yeah.
They do some weird things. So yeah, no, I beyond that, again, the gameplay is solid. I will still defend that I think this game has the best supersonic battles in terms of just feel and like adrenaline in the business.
Agreed.
Easily agreed.
And-
Like I'll definitely, granted, I will definitely say that much like most other supersonic affairs, over time I have come to realize it can end up being pretty. I don't want to say shallow, but like it does sort of become. It hardly even becomes a challenge after a while. Like it definitely feels like it's. What's the best way to put it? It's what, I'll just keep it at the best part. It's still fun, and it feels like a very fun moment, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Like, no matter how shallow or how piss easy ends up being over time, I'd still say they do sell the like the whole like grandiose nature of what Supersonic should be like.
Exactly. And again, like all the different, and again, the fact that after all this time, Sega realized, man, we haven't had like a big supersonic like song like "What I'm Made Of" or "Live and Learn" and stuff like that for a while. Let's make up for lost time and put like 4 songs in this one game.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, that's mainly my opinions on it. It's just, I think it's a fun ride, and the story I think is a very solid one. Another story, I think my only problem with it, I think with the Another Frontier, it kind of complicates things a little with how it's trying to slot itself into things like timeline wise. We'll get more to that though in that section.
I mean, the Cliff Notes version is that it does unfortunately retcon some of the more deeper moments that the main story tried to do.
Right, and I don't.
Though I will also say, I'd also argue that it does. It's complicated. Like, it does definitely it compromises a few things from this story, but it also, I think, does certain other things much better than this story did. It wasn't just a straight shot to the finish, like the Ouranos Island ended up being by the end.
True. Though now I am curious. Though again, I'm curious when we get to it, and I'll reiterate it then. I'm curious. I'm curious in Frontiers 2 or whatever next game. I'm curious which ending they're going to consider the quote unquote correct one.
Right.
I'm curious too, because on the one hand, it's like what they end off on here is also something that'd be pretty interesting. But what they also ended off with another story, I guess it's a little more true to form for Sonic, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like it's not quite as like gripping or like you don't go thinking to yourself, oh my god, what's going to happen next? You kind of already know what's going to happen next.
That's fair.
But in another story.
Fair. It leaves it more, ironed in.
It's a much happier ending.
What did you think of just the base game anyway? What did you think, James?
I still thought the base game for the most part was fairly fine. Like I do still have my gripes with it here and there. Like I still think the way they handle their collectibles feels a little too convoluted, and in some cases there are ways to exploit to such a point where they become a complete non-issue.
Right. Thank you.
Like with the But like for example, I brought up earlier that I think it would have been like the boss fights with all those like those other creatures like the caterpillar or squid. I feel like those should have been one-offs than having to see multiple versions of them throughout them, like they respawn over time or anything like that.
Yeah.
And maybe like trying to open up the portals, it'd be a matter of not like it wouldn't be so much the gears themselves, but like maybe treat it like more like Shadow of the Colossus, where they're very like they're only like the only thing you need to progress is to make sure they're dead.
Right. That would be nice to like one-time kill. You know, you've gained power, fight them down. Feels like it'd be a better cycle, but.
Agreed.
Any other thoughts?
I just hope by the next game they do a good chunk of streamlining to make things a little less convoluted or cumbersome.
Would be nice. Oh, we do have another post-game cutscene. Whatever. Since I beat on hard mode.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, this does play. Actually, this plays regardless of what difficulty you play on.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Aw.
Yay.
Thank you so much for playing our game.
Thank you so much for believing in us still. Frankly, we didn't.
Thank you so much for not abandoning us.
So, Eggman recently, meanwhile, has dug underground. I think this is on Chaos Island in the in like the basement area, and is trying to still hack into that old ancient cyber world.
Yep. I mean, now that he's out of it, now he's going to try to try to tap into that power a little more, to do it more to his liking.
And look.
That's my girl.
He found his baby.
And she found something that he could use. And we still need to learn what that symbol means. So, yep, I will save this game clear data.
Okie dokie.
But
Yeah, this is something they actually. This is more so something they added on for the later updates, where now you actually have to add in like a little, or they add in a little medal signifying you finished the game.
Right, and the blue swirly thing means you're on New Game Plus.
That makes sense.
So, got back out now. Yep, thank you. So
All done.
now that we're here, I guess one of the pet peeve. I wish this screen animated like actually like clouds in the sky, and it's not just a still image.
Right, yeah.
Or maybe just have it, or maybe trade it like the Genesis games, where it's literally a shot of the islands as a whole.
Yeah, that would have been so sick. Anyway,
That would be nice.
any other thoughts before I move on to hype?
I'm all good here.
All right.
I'll just again keep it brief. I still think this is a great building, like a great foundation for future games to work off of. But as is, it's definitely, you can definitely tell this is less of a great Sonic game and more like a great tech demo.
Yeah, sounds about right. It's a framework. They got something.
Yeah.
What did you?
They got something going. I want to see them do more with it.
Definitely. What did you think, hype?
Frontiers, the best way I can describe Frontiers is that it's a game with good intentions and a lot of promise. Like what we were mentioning, like what it tries to do, I think it does for the most part fairly well, even though there are a couple of things I'm still not entirely keen on. And I do appreciate a lot of what it tries to do with its story, like not even just with the story itself, but just more so what it's trying to do for like the franchise as a whole. Like, I appreciate a lot of things in Frontiers, but I'd be lying if I said that I feel like those intentions kind of blinded them from a couple of like key things that are holding this game back from being like genuinely good. Like, I don't know if I can really say, well, keep in mind, I still haven't finished the game, so all my saying is probably invalid, but for my money, I feel like I don't know if I'd say it's one of my favorite 3D Sonic games yet. Like, it's not as good as the Adventure games, like, it's not as good as, like, Colors or Gens or Unleashed. I would say it's probably on par with Unleashed, maybe. I'll still need to marinate on that, but it's just the thing where it's like, I'm more so looking forward to seeing where they go from here, more than anything.
Okay. Hopefully, learn the right things from this. Also, don't mind. There's one of those rare instances where even though I'm on the title screen and we haven't ended the session yet, or I should say, even though we haven't ended the recording yet, I'm still probably gonna have to find some music to splice in so we have like something to listen to. And all this.
Yeah.
What did you think, Doug, of this game? Doug?
Oh, I honestly didn't hear my name.
That's you. Yeah.
On my end, I
That's
didn't hear
you.
my name.
Oh, no worries.
I do like this game. It does show promise for future stuff. It's a solid entry into the series. It's still got some issues I still have, like, with what's already been mentioned by James and Steve. I'm on the same boat with James that it's a good, solid tech demo in a way. I still have my minor nitpicks with the other story once we actually get into that soon.
Mhm.
Other than that, I think this is a really good game. Not the best,
Alrighty.
but good in the right direction.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they
If they
that
fuck up in the
Sega
next game,
learn-
I'm gonna be pissed.
That's the thing, like.
You crafty old Sega, you.
Well, that's the thing between Origins Plus, and between Superstars. Like,
Soon to be plus.
I want soon to be plus, most likely. I want.
It's gonna happen.
I want Sega to learn. I want them to understand that you need to give developers time, and like this game is how it is because they gave them time and they delayed it so they could get more time to iron it out.
They delayed it by a whole year.
They probably need a little bit more time still, just to iron a couple more things out. But it's that's this. Good games are made that way. I don't know. It's apparently backing up before I guess just to leave off before we do the next DLC thing. Real quick, was there anything else you wanted to add, Doug?
No, not really.
Okay. Apparently, all this time that Miyamoto quote or whatever of a delayed game can be good, but a rushed game is always bad. Apparently, that's a
Misquote.
Yeah, apparently it's a misquote. It's like some urban legend. Never actually said that. But one quote I can say that I actually saw in a recent documentary of Gabe Newell talking about Half-Life. It was something to the extent of why they would rather delay a game, and he simply said, "Delay is a little while. Suck is forever."
That makes sense.
Like that's it. Like you don't want the game to suck, so that's why. I want Sega to understand that and to keep going forward.
It's like delay is a little while. Suck is Duke Nukem forever.
Suck.
Do not put too much suck in considering how that game opens.
Fair.
Oh, right.
God, you're right. God damn, you got me. You actually got me with that. Oh boy. Anyway.
All right. With that all said, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you all next time as we tackle the final horizon, otherwise known as Another Story.
Stay tuned.
Till next time.
I'm there.